Right. So the muscle is called the fibularis or peroneus tertius. So on this handout with the PowerPoint slides, it's right here, just change that to dorsiflexion. And then in the spiral bound notes, you need to fix it there too.
For those, do we need to know them as peroneals or as fibularis?
Can you say that again?
For those, do we need to know them as peroneals or fibularis?
The most common way they're known now is fibularis. So if you know it that way, yeah, you need to know fibularis. You don't need to know that it's peroneus. What's that? That's fine. That's fine. Either answer is okay. But if you only want to learn one, you learn at New School. Fibularis, right? Get hit at times. Okay? Because it would make sense that, you know, if the muscle, I don't think it's on here. If it's anterior to the medial or lateral malleolus, it's going to do dorsiflexion. If it's posterior, it's going to do plantar flexion. It's a general rule. Okay? This fibularis tertius a lot of times is not present. You're not going to find it in everybody. Some people it won't be there. Okay? So everybody understands that you got to fix that. That it shouldn't be plantar flexion. It should be dorsiflexion for this fibularis tertius or peroneus tertius, whatever you prefer to call it. Fibularis tertius.
Is that I
think so. I think it's just some people have it, some people don't.
I think some people are looking at fibularis longus and fibularis tertius.
Brothers. Okay.
So we're talking about tertius, right?
Yes.
Not brothers?
Yes. Okay. There's three muscles that have the name either fibularis or peroneus in them. Okay. The two main ones are the ones in the lateral compartment. Okay. Those are going to be plantar flexors. Okay. This fibularis or peroneus tertius, it's sort of migrated around to the front. Or maybe it was there all the time, I don't know. But anyway, it's an anterior compartment muscle, so it's going to do dorsiflexion. Okay? But the main muscles that are the peroneus or the fibularis muscles are the ones in the lateral compartment, and they're going to be plantar flexors. Okay? This tertius one is the minor muscle. Okay? The other ones are the more important ones. But is it a dorsiflexor? Yes. Fibularis tertius is the dorsiflexor. Fibularis longus and brevis are plantar flexors, but we haven't gotten to those yet, but we will. Okay, so yeah, if you're looking in the book, make sure you're looking at, there's a difference between the tertius, which is an anterior compartment muscle, and then the longus and brevis are lateral compartment muscles. Right, so that's the muscles of the anterior compartment. So we had, what was the first one we talked about? Tibialis anterior, and then what? Extensor digitorum longus, and then what? Extensor hallucis longus, and then fibularis tertius. Okay? And sometimes it's called the fifth tendon of the extensor digitorum longus, so it's like an extra tendon. Okay? So now we're moving into the lateral compartment. Okay? And those muscles are going to go behind this lateral malleolus. So they're going to do plantar flexion. Okay? So they're coming from back behind here. They're going to do plantar flexion and then what? Inversion or eversion? Eversion. So they're going to pull up and out. I'm sorry, down and out. So if this was a foot, they'd do this. Okay? They'd turn the bottom of the foot outward and they'd point. So you can have fibularis longus. And that's going to come from the fibula, right? That's why they call it fibularis. So it's going to be the head of the fibula and then the upper lateral surface. It's a good thing I didn't mark them. Right, so now we're going from the head of the fibula here, and then the upper lateral surface, and then it's going to come here and go behind the lateral malleolus to the fifth metatarsal. Okay. So it's on the plantar surface of the fifth metatarsal. Wait a minute. No, that's the brevis. Actually, that one's going to come and wrap around and go all the way around the other side, so that's why it's the longest. Okay. So it's going to come behind the lateral malleolus, and it's going to come underneath the bottom of the foot. And it's going to go all to the first metatarsal and the first cuneiform. So it wraps around and it comes under here, and it goes underneath that stylet of the fifth met, and then underneath across the foot to the bottom right here. Right? So that's why it's the longest, because it goes all the way under the foot like that. So it's going to attach right here. Okay? I don't have a picture of the bottom. Actually, if you put it on the other side, if you flip that sheet over, it has the back side of the foot, so you could draw on there that the peroneus longus is going to go under this hook of the stylet right there, like this, and then it comes underneath all the way across to the other side. Right. So it's still going to do eversion because it's pulling all the way from here. Right. And then it's going to do plantar flexion, so it's pulling down like that. Right. And then the brevis is going to stop right here. So this, on this picture here, you can see where it comes across all the way over here. So it circles underneath that stylet of the fifth, and it comes over here to the first met and the first cuneiform. Okay, does everybody understand that? Comes all the way around to the other side, so it's going to do down and out like that. And then the peroneus brevis, or fibularis brevis, sorry. It's going to come from a little bit down lower here, and then it's going to go behind the malleolus, but it's going to stop at the fifth stylet of the fifth. So it's coming back. If the malleolus was right here, it's going to come underneath the edge of it, and it's going to stop right there. All right. So if you feel on your foot, and we can do this later when we do palpation, you feel on the lateral malleolus right here, you feel these tendons that come around the back of it and go to the stylet right there. Right, we'll do that with palpation. You can feel that the tendons right there. Okay, so there's only two muscles in the lateral compartment. Okay, fibularis longus. They're both coming off of the fibula. The fibularis longus starts way up high here at the head of the fibula and down part of the shaft of it. It comes around the back side of the lateral malleolus, underneath the foot, coming across to the other side of the first metatarsal and the first cuneiform. Then you have the fibularis brevis, which comes off of the lower part here. And then it still goes behind the lateral malleolus, and then it goes right to the stylet of the fifth. So that's this one right here. It's coming behind the malleolus, and then it just stops right there on the stylet of the fifth. Okay? And the dorsal surface of it. Okay. And so like if this is the foot, since it's become behind the lateral malleolus, it's going to do plantar flexion and then eversion. Okay.